China expected to respond immediately to those tariffs set by the Trump administration, as Eunice reported. U.S. hog producers are anticipating a major hit to their bottom lines. Let's bring in Ken Maschhoff, former president of the National Pork Producers Council and the owner of the Maschhoffs. That is the third largest pork producer in the country. Ken, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, Tyler.
How much, if these tariffs all do go into effect, how much is it going to cost your business this year?
Well, for our company, the tariffs, the China tariffs, the earlier 232s along with these 301s that will be announced, it's estimated to the industry it'll cost on average $18 a head. Our business produces 5.3, 5.4 million head a year, so you can do the math. It's $100 million. So I know we're all talking about Harley-Davidson a lot, and here you have one individual pork producer who is affected as much or more than Harley-Davidson as a whole will be affected.
It's going to cost you $100 million in lost sales. Is that going to drive your business into the red?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we anticipated in 18-19 of some profits. Those clearly have went away with the projections, and this is just not for our operation. For the industry as a whole, we're talking billions of dollars of losses. Pork, as you know, is a large component of the offset of the trade imbalance, as is all of agriculture. So we figured we'd be targeted in this dispute, and we clearly have been, and it's going to be very, very tough for many of my fellow producers across the country.
How much of your operation, and you have something like 550 farms that you work with in addition to your own, wholly owned production, how much of that production was going to China? And when these tariffs kick in, and they will be something like 81% when you include the VAT, how much will it just knock it completely off? You won't sell any in?
Yeah. Yeah, most of the projections are that we'll have zero movement of pork going into China once this next round kicks in. Of course, you mentioned the value-add tax. You add the collective taxes, the one that went in, the retaliatory tariffs on the 232, along with this 301. Most economists are saying we'll go to zero. Now,
so you'll go to zero. So
Mexico was our largest.
So where will these little piggies go?
Well, it's going to be tough to say because obviously with what's going on with Mexico, we had 10% announced on June 6th. I believe the other 10% goes into effect today, July 5th. And so we'll be at 20% with Mexico. So that's 40% of our total trade. So we've got to get these things resolved, and I'm hopeful that we do. And I understand what's going on. We're kind of a pawn in all of this, a victim of unintended victim, but we knew agriculture as a whole was going to be hit, and unfortunately, it looks like it's being done in a big way.
Ken, there are 550,000 jobs in the pork industry. At what point do you think jobs will start to be cut? And at what point will U.S. consumers start paying more for pork?
Well, the latter part of that question, Melissa, I'm not sure who I'm speaking with, but is that that will come later because you'll actually have more pork on the marketplace short term, although many of these countries, Mexico in particular and China really in particular, are buying products that Americans don't eat. So it won't have as much effect long term or short term, but long term, as producers will exit the business and be forced out of business, that will result in higher consumer prices, I would anticipate.
All right, Ken, thank you very much, and good luck with your business and with those wonderful animals that we can hear in the background.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.